everybody, I'm Questwise, and we are back here with the interview series, and it is the last day. I'm sorry to say, it is the last day of the Palladium Books Open House 2018. Fingers crossed, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that they do another one of these in a couple of years. So if you didn't get to make it this year, you got to check it out when they do the next one. And I'm going to hold out hope that they're going to do another one, even though they say they're never going to be another one. But we're back here with the interview series. And today I have the honor to be with Carmen Bellaire, in my opinion, one of the most celebrated Palladium authors ever. So,
thanks,
Carmen. Thank you for being with us today. I just so tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in writing itself, just in writing in general?
Well, when I grew up, people have heard this on the internet before. So when I grew up, I couldn't read very well at all. I barely squeaked my way through high school. My wife sort of helped me learn how to read because I have whole word dyslexia, sort of like one of the worst versions of dyslexia you can get. But I basically, I'm one of those guys that sort of got passed on through the system.
Sure.
And I'm old enough; there wasn't a lot of support for dyslexia or anything like that. But Christina saw the role-playing games. She said, well, I know you like playing those games. Why don't you, we'll get you a bunch of the books and, read through it. And so Palladium was the ones that we got. And she helped me with, sort of reading the books. And then once I was reading the books and it was really getting in. So now I'm like 22-ish and I'm competently reading. I thought, this is awesome. I can competently read. I would love to be able to write the stuff that I'm reading. So I started writing, homebrew stuff for myself, and kept at that for a while, and then found out that I really like writing stuff. So tried to started to write short stories, that kind of thing. Some of my homebrew stuff, a friend of a friend, Randy and Roger, they're friends with Kevin, and they said, hey, I know you're looking for some material. This guy's got a whole big binder of this homebrew stuff for superhero games. And they passed on to him, and then he liked it, and then he said, well, why don't you try actually writing stuff for me? And so then I, wrote splicers and wrote a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. And, just sort of snowballed from there. And so now, I don't know, I think my name's on like 12 books or something like that. I did some board games for Upper Deck.
Nice.
My first one's coming out next month, actually.
Nice.
Apparently. They got another one in the works after that. I've tried writing a kid's book, although I haven't gotten anywhere with that yet. But, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I love it. And it just sort of all started with my wife helping me learn how to read a role-playing book, and then loving the role-playing books and wanting to read more and more and more. And the nice thing with Palladium Books is even back when I started, the writing was always top-notch. Kevin always did such a great job. Yeah. And the stories in the background were so involving that I just wanted to read more and more and more. And then that got me into novels, reading novels and everything. But, and then wanting to write it, right? Wanted to reproduce the stuff that I've seen in novels and that for myself. Like for, hey, this is my take on it.
Sure.
Like I love giant robots, and I love, weird biological monsters and things. And so I slapped the ideas together. I'm like, hey, like I saw stuff like, Terminator has robots in it and that. And I'm like, well, it's kind of boring. They're just fighting people running around. But wouldn't it be cooler if they were fighting like giant monsters? Stuff like that.
Sure. What's your favorite project you worked on for Palladium? Do you have a favorite?
I don't know. Maybe the retooling of Rift's Ultimate.
Okay.
Because I got to touch all the original characters.
Sure.
And help get that stuff together.
Nice. How is it working with Kevin and the gang? Do they like you said earlier you had submitted some stuff, but at this point now, do they pitch you an idea, or do you pitch them the idea? How does that work? How does that collaboration work?
It's been a little while since I've done one, but yeah, it's always usually just hey, I want to do this, and so I start working on it.
Nice.
And then Kevin goes, oh, you got to tweak this or change that, and then I tweak and change, and do whatever's required to sort of get it up to snuff, and then hand it over, and then he does whatever he's going to do with it. So
nice. Do you have anything? I know you just started a whole new thing in life now with a new career and stuff, but do you have anything kind of in the works that you can talk about? Maybe you're kind of projecting out a little bit, and you said you had the board game coming out, and
so that's with Upper Deck.
Sure.
There's everyone knows that the Rift's original game, board game I wanted to do, the Kickstarter has problems and it's been put on hold for now.
Sure.
I'm really looking forward to getting that going again. Unfortunately, right now, at least for the next few months, I'm training for a new job to haul diesel fuel and gasoline and stuff. So I'm stuck in my mundane life, just learning that stuff. So it's probably going to be till next year till I can do it. But I really want to do that again. Is get back to that board game, get those awesome miniatures together, and get that produced, because they are the coolest looking miniatures for Rifts ever.
They are, and I got to see some prototypes of those today. And when this gets completed, and I have full faith that this is going to be a thing, you guys are all in for a treat. Like, these things are absolutely gorgeous.
You should take some pictures and put it in.
I definitely will. One of my all-time favorite, and I'm a very visual person when it comes to role-playing and writing and stuff, and so Palladium's always had that art that's really captured my imagination.
Yep.
And we got to, if you haven't checked out the other interview series, please do. We got some awesome artists we talked to. But the Glitter Boy has always been one of those very iconic images to me. And the miniature that we've done, that you've put together for this whole thing is gorgeous. It's to scale. It's beautifully done. I mean, it looks like it stepped right out of the pages of the book.
Yeah, the Glitter Boy has also been shown slightly differently every time.
Sure.
And so it took sort of like the Ben Cavertley, he's in the UK. He's a good friend of mine, the sculptor. He took all like the best parts of that and put it into one miniature. So it's a nice consistent looking. But you look at it and go, oh yeah, it looks like the one in that picture, even though if you actually look at the details, slightly different because it like blends the best part of all the pictures that have been done of it.
Nice.
And also, like I said, it does put it to the proper scale. So like, Glitter Boy comes in at 10 feet, the Borks come in at 8 feet, and then, people around 6 feet.
Sure.
So that when you look at the miniatures together, their scale is proper, which hasn't been done before. The old metal miniatures, the scale wasn't quite right. And it was also a much smaller scale. So,
and the technology now too is really, really catching up fast. And so the ones you had done display today were 3D printed.
3D
right?
printed,
and so
yeah.
They're very delicate, but man, the detail on those things are utterly amazing. So very, very much looking forward to that. Carmen, it's such a pleasure. Thank you so much. Honor to sit down and talk with you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you got for us in the future.
Yeah. I mean, once I get, like I said, things settled in my personal life and get this other job, done and out of the way, I can't wait to get back to doing stuff. It's just I had to put things on pause while I'm doing this.
Sure, absolutely. Carmen, thank you so much.
Anyway, thanks a lot.
If you guys, please, if you get a chance, check out the Palladium Books website. I'll put a link down below. Check out the full library of stuff that Carmen has done. But until next time, I'm Questwise. We're going to get out of here.